Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, April 20th, 2012. There's a lot to cover, so let's get right into the charts here. We'll start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that the futures are trading higher by 7 points. Decent little pop in the futures market. It looks like the futures rally comes as the U.S. dollar index is declining. There's some news out of Europe today, and also there's a big IMF meeting, I believe, in Washington, D.C. today with a lot of political leaders. The IMF is going to add another $322 billion to their war chest to bail out defaulted banks. So we'll see how that all plays out, but nonetheless, that is what's going on. You don't have to look any further than look at the dollar today. You'll see the dollar has steadily been declining. It is down about 30 cents at the moment. Dollar down, what does that tell you? Market should be up. That's what we're seeing. So again, keep that US dollar index on your chart at all times. If the dollar gets a bid, you know those markets will likely fall. Today is a Friday. Rarely do we see a big down day on a Friday. However, it can happen and it has happened before. But usually we look for more of a flat type trading session on a Friday. In any case, the markets right now are trading higher by 7 points. You have the dollar down, and that really is the gist of everything out there. Keep an eye on that dollar at all times. Let's talk about a little bit about gold and oil, two leading commodities here. Both are higher today. Take a look at the GLD. Gold is trading up a little bit. Right now trading at 159.83 on the GLD, closed at 159.43, so that's up a little bit there. Also the USO, which sold off a little bit yesterday, is having a nice pop. Let me just clean up this chart, and you'll see USO is trading up at 39.27 at the moment. USO, I believe, closed at 38.96. So that's a decent pop for oil. Spot crude, or light sweet crude, I should say, is up $1 to 103.27, and oil, steadily remains above $100 a barrel with really no problem here. If the dollar is weak, you should expect oil to go higher. Also expect gold to get a little bit of a bid, even silver to get a little bit of a bid. If the dollar starts to strengthen, all of those commodities, gold, silver, and oil, should pull back and come lower. But we'll have to wait and see exactly how that dollar reacts. It's just amazing to see how the dollar falls once the opening bell rings at the New York Stock Exchange, and we do see that each and every day. In fact, yesterday I had alluded to that happening, and if we just rewind the hands of time, you'll see here, right here is 9:30 in the morning, and look at how the market just drops in the dollar. So again, I know people probably get tired of hearing about it, but it is one of the most important charts that anybody can follow, the chart of the US dollar index. There looks to be a fair amount of stocks out today. I'm going to just cover the big ones that I'm seeing. First and foremost, I want to start off with SanDisk today. SanDisk reported earnings after the close yesterday. The stock is down significantly, although it is off the lows. The level for SanDisk, I think, that everybody should watch for is probably around the 32, 33 level. If it got there, that's a buying opportunity. Looks like today we got to around the 33.50 level, and SanDisk is catching a bid. So nice little bid off the lows. Stock is still down about $4 or so, about $4.50 or 60 cents. But nonetheless, it is getting a little bit of a bid. But with this one, I think it is a bounce candidate. I would probably be looking safely around the 32, 33 level. The stock did go to around the 33.50 level in the pre-market, and there is support there as well. Next support level, though, should it fall below there, would be $32, around the $32, $32.30. That would be a long side opportunity for traders, just short term. Remember, these are just intraday bounces that you're looking for. Let's take a look at Riverbed. Riverbed Technologies. This is another cloud computing name. This stock is getting hammered down here today, down around the 2166 level. Riverbed did close at 2786 yesterday. The stock looks to me as it has a little bit of support around 2146. So there could be some support there, but remember, this is a strong gap down. Whenever you get strong gaps down, they can go lower, and then the next level would really be down to $20 and then $18.36. The best case scenario is $18.36 would probably be a very good bounce area. However, this is a strong gap down, so remember these things can continue to go lower. But right now you're probably looking at those support levels. But this one is a strong gap down, whereas SanDisk is a weak gap down. So you want to watch there's a difference. SanDisk is a better bouncing opportunity than Riverbed, which is probably wants to go lower. So I would have to look right now at 21.46 being some support, then $20, and then 18.36. Those are the respective levels. Right now the stock is at 21.50, so it's nearing its first support level at the moment. A few other stocks out there. One everybody knows, McDonald's, world's largest hamburger chain, having a nice little pop into the $97 area, closed at 95.28. The stock coming from this pattern it looks like a strong gap to me. So I'd have to give it a slight upside bias into maybe the 99 level. I don't think it gets up there today, but nonetheless, it's in that range to get up there. So I would not be looking to sell McDonald's here, but it does have some upside in the next couple days, maybe to around 99 bucks. Let's take a look at Honeywell. I don't think the stock is doing all that much activity in the pre-market, but it's trading up around $60 at the moment. That's a strong gap up for Honeywell. It has strength all the way up to $61.25. So do not look to short this stock. This is a strong gap, and it has strength up to $61.25. It might even be $62 if the U.S. markets are strong today. There's no guarantee in that, though. But Honeywell is showing good strength. Let's talk about Microsoft. Mr. Softy is looking pretty strong this morning. Decent gap up coming from a low pivot, so this is holding up very well. Very well. Has upside potential. I'm not exactly sure. There'll be a fair amount of resistance around 33 if it gets up there. I'm not even sure it will do that, but nonetheless, there'll be some resistance there. It's a strong gap, so it's not a fade candidate. You want to let this thing run if it can, and then after 33, it goes to 33.80. I'm not sure we'll even see those levels, but nonetheless, those are the areas that you want to watch for. And that's all I'm seeing on Mr. Softy this morning. Let's take a look at Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank is getting a pretty solid bid today, coming off of a low, closed at 44.27, trading at 46. So this is getting a pop. The stock has a big resistance point around $48. There's also more resistance right at 47. So in between those two levels, that's going to be the real test for Deutsche Bank to get through today. I'm not sure it will have the strength to do it, but either way, it's a pretty decent move higher. Most of the European markets are trading higher this morning. You do have Italy trading up 1%, and Spain is trading up 1.5%. German DAX is up a little over 1%. The French CAC 40, though, however, is only up 0.7%. So there's you got to be a little bit careful when looking at these European banks. But right now, markets are they're in float mode at the moment, and that's all because of the weaker U.S. dollar index. If the dollar does start to strengthen, watch for weakness coming into those banks. Let me show you this as well. You see how Deutsche Bank is starting to decline here right now? Well, just take a look at the dollar and see what the dollar did. The dollar's starting to move higher. So when the dollar moves higher, the first banks to react are going to be the European banks, and they'll start to pull back a little bit. But that's all it comes down to. So again, watch that little resistance point for Deutsche Bank coming up, and I think that'll be an important area of resistance for the stock, right around that 47 all the way up to $48, which I don't even think it gets to 48, but very good resistance even at 47. All right, that's going to wrap it up today. Today is a Friday, so there's a lot out there this morning. Once again, want to wish you all a great weekend, and we'll see you on the charts on Monday. Take care, everybody.